What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. And of course, we are in the home stretch. Here we go. 3 more games left to play in the Serie A. But before we do that, we have one more to go against Sevilla. Hopefully, they'll add another one to play there in the Europa League. Obviously, going for the championship trophy. But very important games to go. Preview match before we have to all settle it down with Sevilla today. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro. Today, it's Thursday, May 18th, 2023. Of course, I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all news you hear about each and every single day. Before we do anything though, do me a solid favor, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. I'm gonna go ahead and push this one more time, because y'all need to hear about it. But just a little selfish self-promotion, and that is, if you could, do me a favor, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully, if you guys tune in over here, go hit that subscribe button over here at the Now We Can Talk Like Men podcast channel. Once we hit, it'll be a long road, but once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm giving away a jersey on the channel. We're going to give away some other things too. Maybe you want a Bianconeri Zone shirt. When we get to 100 subscribers, I may be trying to give you guys a Bianconeri Zone shirt. Do that right now. Go hit that subscribe button. 100 subscribers, you'll get a Bianconeri Zone shirt. I will make sure that you guys get entered in, and then we will get that shipped to you, that bad boy shipped to you right away. Do me a favor, hit the link. I'll put a link in the description down below as well, and hit that subscribe button for the Now We Can Talk Like Men podcast channel. Some friends and I locally have a lot of fun. All right, now to get into something that it may be a little bit less fun. We'll see how this one turns out when it comes to Sevilla and Juventus. Will Max Allegri have the guys ready to go for the game? Well, he had some comments. He's going to talk about his opinions when it comes to this. You know, Max Allegri is going to throw out some things that I'm going to probably disagree with, but we'll see what he has to say. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Very first thing that Max Allegri had to say, let me scoot over here, because Ollie did not make these graphics sized perfectly for my setup. But anyway, I'm over here, guys, now. When you were close to the finish line, he said you want to get there straight away. Instead, you need calmness, and in this, the guys have been good. All together, we have work to get here tomorrow. We have the opportunity to get to Budapest and reach another final. A couple of things I want to take from this. Obviously, the calmness is very important. Obviously, you want to have guys that are good and ready to go. You don't want them to be a little bit too hyped up for the moment and then lay another egg, which appeared that they were going to be laying an egg if it weren't for the heroics of Federico Gatti last match day against Sevilla, obviously. One of the things that sticks out to me, though, is when he brings up to say to reach another final. And I understand, we know the history of Juventus. We know reaching finals. We understand the last time he reached finals was in his first go around, my guy. Maybe I'm going a little bit too far with this, but I'm a little bit perturbed here with that comment, acting like they had just recently been in a final. That's where I have a little bit of an issue. I'm like, my guy, let's just say we're going to go to a final. Let's do that. Let's not try to rest on our laurels of what we did before. Maybe I'm going too deep into this. Maybe my criticism is too high. You guys let me know. Let's continue on, though, with what Max Allegri had to say. He goes on to say the team is in good shape physically, as the last few games have shown. Tomorrow's match can last up to 120 minutes, so it will be decisive both who will start and who will come off the bench. And that's where I'm worried. That's why I'm worried, because he's going to do what he's going to do. The guys that you're spending, over 120 million euros on, the Vlahovic, the Chiesa, those kind of guys probably aren't going to be starting. And that's where I'm going to be worried. I don't like that. I don't like not getting under a hard start. And I'm sorry, I don't know that I'm going to trust Moise Kean out there starting this match. And that's what it looks like it's probably going to end up happening. And I do not trust it. Continuing on, though, he has to say we have to analyze what we have done this year. There were negative things, such as injuries, but there are opportunities for good young players who brought energy. Now, Juventus finds itself with young people who have grown up and are an asset. Again, you know, I love that he's saying this right now, because now he's like leaning into the youth, leaning into the guys that he didn't want to give the opportunity, didn't want to let them play through their mistakes, but wanted to let the older guys who continue to make mistakes and continue to not learn from it get their time. It's just something that I enjoy, right? Let's continue on with what he has to say. Goes on to say, you can't build everything in an instant. We have to end the year well, reaching the Europa League final and defending second place in the league. Then at the end of the year, we will evaluate to improve the negative things. Sevilla is a very strong team. Tomorrow will be different because they will be pushed by the crowd, but we are ready. Seems like Juventus is the only club that doesn't have a home field advantage. Would be nice to have one of those back again. And I'm not just putting this on the club, I'm putting this on the fans. But a lot of times when you're not given a lot for the fans to support, not given a lot of good reasons for the fans to come out and spend the money to go to your games, I'm talking about all the little things that you do to hinder your fans and to treat your fans like enemy fans when they go out there and they can't have flags and they can't have banners and they can't, the smoke and the fun and all the cool stuff we used to be able to get to do. That's what happens, and that's why it looks like a gymnasium or a library. That's why Juventus Allianz Stadium has been a library for so long. Going back to the point of what he said when it comes to the defending the second place in the league, good point. It is a good point that he brings up that Juventus is in second place in the league. After all my criticism and all the hate and all the complaints about the performances that Juventus have given in recent years, they're still in second place when it comes to all things. I don't know if when I say that, I'm not going to try to give too much credit, but I am going to say at least that's a positive compared to where we're sitting. And you look at the league, you had sadly Inter and Milan there, one of them making final, and then Inter going to the final, them both being in the semifinal, one of the last four for the Champions League. You got Europa with Juventus involved and everything going along with that, as well as everything else with the other clubs and their pace of play. It looks like the Serie A hasn't been that bad. But then when you can step back and say, how did Juventus end up here? And it's because other people crap down their leg. Juventus, not impressive, but at the same time, able to get some points. Problem is, in the end, and when all things are said and done, we lose those points. And where are we sitting at? We know where we're sitting, with our thumbs up or you know what, and just being pissed off, and that's where we have to go off with. So I have issues with being too positive about having the second place, but at the same time, second ain't good enough. To be clear, second is never good enough, but still to be in front of the guys who you expect to be kind of behind right now, I guess I have to give a tiny ounce, a tiny little speck, a little piece of salt. It's salt with me, but a tiny bit of respect there, I guess. I don't know. We continue on, though. He goes on to say that a European trophy, I came close. I missed it. This is a great opportunity for me and for all of us to achieve a great goal after a difficult year. With the quality we have to take the field determined. Sevilla is a strong team that played a good game in Turin. After the first goal, we got a bit all over the place, but when we played a good second half, tomorrow we know that they also will be pushed by the crowd, but we will be ready for anything. Kind of a interesting point, an interesting change of mind for me. I don't want to say I was anti winning the Europa. I kind of view it as like it's a kind of league, the play that you have to play in. Do I really want to win that trophy when we have the real trophy that Juventus should be going after, should be trying to win? You know what? I'm off my high horse a little bit now. And now the one thing that I would say is, you know what? Maybe that's what us Juventus fans need. Maybe we just need a little positivity. And what I mean by that, I'm not going to buy all in and say things are great then, right? But at the same time, what I will say is, go out, win the Europa League, win the trophy, put it in the back closet where nobody can see it, but at least we can get the good feels, the good vibes going into the offseason. And also, you end up making sure that you can stay in the Champions League, because right now everybody else is going to do anything in their power to keep you out of it. I don't know if any kind of sanctions will come down outside of the points that'll keep you out of it. If they will try to sanction Juventus and find a way to say, yeah, even if you make the points, and even if we're not going to take away those points, and even if you win the Europa League, you're still not playing in Europe, then there'll be a bigger problem and there'll be no good vibes to be had. But anyway, we continue on. I digress. He goes on to say it was a lively year in which we had to consider other things besides the goals we had. We took everything as an opportunity, and now we are at the end, and we will see. We on the field must do what we called upon to do. The maximum coach speak. It's fine. We're lucky to have so many young people. It is normal that we have to go through certain moments, some good, some bad. Then when a young player reaches the age age of 25 to 27, he is matured. He goes, he's talking about one player, and come on. Just look at the games Rabiot is playing this year. I don't know if I'm willing to give him all that kind of credit. Yes, it's been great to see Rabiot play this way. Maybe he needs a fire under his ass every season in and out. I've talked about this way too many times to say about Adrian Rabiot, about how he needs to, for his career, he needs to be on a year-to-year contract. Even if he's not at Juventus, wherever he is, that's what he needs. But at least with the latest reports, it looks like Manchester United putting some options on the table once again for Verratti to go after, look it over. He's probably, and I think I think it's all confirmed, he ain't going to be at Juventus next season, and that's fine by me. We'll see. I need more than one season of good play for me to buy back in. I'm sorry. Going on, Max Allegri says tomorrow for them, as for us, is decisive. We are playing a final. We know their strengths and also their weaknesses, but first of all, we'll take a game of great personality when we have the ball. Okay, Max Allegri, whatever you say, guy. Whatever you say when it comes to personality, a game plan, whatever it is, sure. Let me see it. This will be the first time I've seen it all season. If they do it against good competition, solid competition, I'll believe it when I see it. And we have 4 games left of the season to go. I'm not buying in. For tomorrow, the guys don't need any motivation. On the contrary, right now, maybe we have to lower the tension a little bit because otherwise you risk going off the rails. We kind of touched on this earlier. Sure, I guess that's a good excuse. But if they come out flat and they come out looking like they don't give a damn and they come out with no passion, no energy, no effort, then I'm going to be on your ass and I'm going to be pissed off like I am day in and day out at this point, all season long. Finally, I don't know why I got so heated there. Anyway, the last part that he had to say was the enthusiasm and excitement for playing these games is always unique. Few other games have this excitement. We will have to be good at making the most of it, and then we will have to be just as good in the championship. So, no, I would say Max Allegri, let's not get looking too far ahead when it comes to the championship, but hopefully this is something that you actually succeed at when it comes to the season for the club, for Juventus, and most importantly, for the fans. We have struggled long enough right now as Juventus fans. The one thing we need is to confirm our spot in the Champions League for next season and to confirm that we can build towards something and not just go back and look at next year as another bridge year. We don't need any more bridge years. We need to get back in the competition, and we need to win the damn Scudetto as well. I will talk about it all summer long. You'll hear me you'll hear me moaning, you'll hear me complaining, but it is what it is because we love this team. We love everything this club has stood for. Maybe we don't love this team, but we love the club. Let's say that. We love the club and everything that it stood for, and we hope that will be back once again. How will this game turn out? Do I want to put out my prediction on the match? I'm probably not optimistic on this. I would say 2-1 Sevilla if I'm being real, but hopefully I am wrong. I would love to eat some crow after this game wraps here in a few hours. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a solid favor. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofro on Twitter. And of course, you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to the old lady for me.